According to legend, a wise man was sitting outside his hotel when a traveler named Philip walked in. Sir, he asked the wise man, "Sir, what type of people live in your city?" The wise man replied, "First you tell me what type of people live in your place." The traveler Philip replied, "They are mean, they are cruel, they are rude." The wise man said, "You'll find the same type of people over here." After some time, another traveler named Ronald walked in, asked the wise man the same question. The wise man asked him, "Sir, what type of people live in your place?" Ronald, the traveler, said, "The people are very polite, kind, and courteous." The wise man said, "You will find the same type of people over here." Generally, we see the world the way we are, not as it is. The skills that we use every day to communicate, to interact with one another, both individually and in groups, are called interpersonal skills. Interpersonal skills are also called life skills, social skills, communication skills, and also people skills. In business, we have so-called the people problems. Once we solve the people problems, automatically the business problems are substantially resolved. Now, the people knowledge is more important than the product knowledge. A person, a pleasing and a magnetic person, we call them charismatic. Now, why do we call them charismatic? Is because of their manners, of their behavior, of polite nature, appearance, courtesy. All these traits put together are called, these skills make them magnetic. They make them optimistic and appealing to others. Now, interpersonal skills, let me give you an example related to that. Now, when Zig Ziglar, when he was traveling in a flight along with his wife, he was greeted by a glum and gloomy air hostess. The air hostess greeted him. "Morning, sir. What do you want?" Zig was shocked at this behavior. She just walked off with a frown, even without listening to what he asked for. His whole journey was unpleasant and bad. Now, this air hostess didn't have the basic skills of smiling, of listening, of communicating effectively with the gentleman. On his way back, he took another airline, and to his pleasant surprise, he found that the crew in the plane, they were cheerful, they were happy. Now, we all can guess, where did he book the ticket next time if he had to fly? These interpersonal skills are extremely important in every person, not only in our professional lives, but also in our social and personal life too. According to Dale Carnegie in 1930s, when he mentioned in his book that the way how we can win friends and influence people, it has the basic 3 tips. To be a good listener, not to criticize, condemn or complain anybody, but stand on their place and take a whole perspective. You will get the exact reason for the situation. Now, good communication is extremely important at the workplace. Now, when a person communicates effectively and concisely with one another, it becomes easier to work as a team. Productivity increases, few mistakes are made, and there is customer satisfaction. Moving on to the basic tips which is necessary to improve our interpersonal skills. Is it visible out there at the back? Yes? There are 6 basic tips. Others, please come forward. There are 6 basic tips to improve our interpersonal skills. Number 1, smile. A smile basically communicates that I am happy to see you. So when you have a positive and a cheerful attitude, automatically you attract people and the person is willing to help you in any way. Listening, active listening. Experts recommend 80% listening skills and 20% talking when you're working as a team. Resolve conflicts, which is extremely important as teamwork. When you're working in the team, you need better understanding to maintain relationships. You have to be a leader. A leader is someone not only who resolves conflicts, but also helps pats on the other person's shoulder to improve as an individual. Communicate clearly, which is the most important skill, because communication plays a larger role in any fields of our life. When we start communicating effectively, we can get better understanding. Most of the time, people just blurt out things which come into their mind. At that time, nobody is going to value your words. So have a composed, a calm feeling, attitude, and then you can get your points clear to the opposite person. Sense of humor. Now over here, this has to be used appropriately. Sense of humor. Last but not the least, see it from their side. Always see the situation from their point of view instead of coming into conclusions. Because when you start complaining and condemning and putting down a person, you're not going to get your goals pretty soon. So stand in their place and you will get the whole perspective of the situation. These are the basic tips to improve your interpersonal skills. Moving on, why interpersonal skills are necessary and which are the fields? Basically, it improves your leadership. You want to become the dynamic, charismatic person. A leader, you need, it is in the form of leadership, communication, and teamwork. You get negotiation tips. You try to build people in a team. When there is a teamwork, yes, your goals are achieved very fast. So, ladies and gentlemen, moving on, how important are games in interpersonal skills? Games are extremely important because it makes interpersonal skills thought you can enjoy the process. For example, a game is given for the group of participants. There is a game begins with a box with a lot of objects in it, corresponds to the number of participants. Each participant, for example, in the front, they comes and picks up the object. They start speaking a story. And that story has to be built with each and every participant. They are all strangers in the team. So when they start building the story, there is connection, there is teamwork. They communicate effectively. So these games are extremely important for interpersonal communication. And employers hire staff only with strong interpersonal skills. What they are looking forward are basically people who can communicate and work as a team. To quote John D. Rockefeller, I will pay more for the ability to deal with people rather than any other ability under the sun. So ladies and gentlemen, the choice is yours. If you want to be the dynamic, charismatic person to be remembered, not only in any walks of life for that matter, you need to have this interpersonal skills within yourselves. So can I have it from all of you to repeat the interpersonal skills, the basic tips? Smile. Listening. Resolve conflicts. Louder.
Resolve conflicts.
Communication. Sense of humor. And see it from the other side.